Hi, welcome to Blossoming Word on this special episode where moms are reading. We are mothers on a mission supporting literacy. My name is Myra Harris, and I'm a mother of four as well as a longtime educator. So I understand the importance of not just reading, but finding books that are interesting as well as relatable to you. So sit back and relax today and join me as I read My HBCU Family by Miguel Hartford. Naya has chosen to present on the topic of her family's HBCU. Mr. Gibson tells the class, "I also graduated from the same college." Mr. Gibson says proudly. Naya begins her presentation. A HBCU is an historically black college or university that served the African American community when other schools disqualified African American students from enrollment. So HBCUs are open to give African American students a college education. The schools are located mostly in the southern states of the nation, Mr. Gibson says. Naya shows pictures of the HBCU and says, "Some of the biggest events at my family's school are campus take place in the dome." Mr. Gibson says, "That's a large building with a round top that makes it shaped like a dome. Some students live in dormitories or apartments on campus, and some live at home," she says, and shows pictures to the class. There are groups called Greeks. Naya says, Mr. Gibson explains, "These are social organizations that you can pledge in college that promote leadership. A lot of the men in my family are members of the same fraternity. My mom, grandmother, and great-grandmother pledged the same sorority. So when I pledge, I'll be a legacy," she says. Naya says, "My mom's sorority's colors are pink and green. My dad's fraternity wears black and gold." Naya says, "When there's a football game, people tailgate. That's where we cook and serve food from the back of a parked truck. It's fun and the food is great. Tailgating is one of my favorite things about the football season," Mr. Gibson says. Have you guys ever been to a football game at a local college? Well, think about what it's like at a historically black college. Maybe some of you have been. "We play a big football game that's called a classic. We play the same team at the same time each year. The classic is held at another dome. The schools meet up halfway to play," Naya says. "My family's university has the best band of all the HBCUs. It doesn't matter which opponent you choose. If they go against us, they are guaranteed to lose," Naya says and smiles. Have you guys been to a college where the band was awesome? Another big game is homecoming. You'll hear the band with the horns blaring and drums drumming, she says, and plays a video of the school's band performing. Naya says there is a homecoming court with the king and queen. You'll see the Greeks wear colors like red and white, black and gold, or pink and green. Naya says, "We have the best dance line. My mom, sister, and cousins were on the team years before me. I'll dance with them when I start college. One day, I'll be team captain." Let's see. There is a parade and a big Greek step show. Every year, my family and I go, Naya says. The Greeks sometimes perform a series of moves rooted in African dance. This is called a stroll. I love to watch them all compete while I dance to the beat. I will be in the honors college making good grades, she says. I'm going to check in with my old friends on campus to find out what grades you made, Mr. Gibson tells her and winks. What do you plan to do when you go to college? Naya explains, classes can get tough, so my sister, a study buddy. My brother says it's fun to have classes with your friends over the years. My family's HBCU has lots of nurses, teachers, lawyers, and engineers, she says. She explains, my brother says go to class on time and don't be late. Mr. Gibson says, that's true, and if you have to turn in a paper, don't miss the due date. You will meet so many people during your college life. My parents met on campus and became husband and wife, she says with a smile. Then she shows pictures of her parents as young students on campus and in their wedding. Interesting. I love the pictures from when my parents were in school. Every week they had Pretty Wednesday where they dressed up in business clothes and suits. Mr. Gibson says it was mandatory back then, so even if you didn't want to dress up, there was no dispute. Finally, the day will come to send out an invitation for graduation. When I graduate, I'll be fourth generation, she says. Some of them dance, chant, and stroll across the stage, she says as she shows a video of the graduates. How excited will you be when you graduate from college? When you graduate, you become an alumni. An alumni, which means you have received a diploma from that school. You'll see some people smile, even cry. That's true, Mr. Gibson says. It's important to know that not everyone has the same type of life as you. We need to recognize the things other people go through. My sister says she can't wait to walk across that stage and hear us yell her name. Then she can put her picture with her diploma in a frame, she says as she shows a video of her sister telling her classmates to say hello to her little sister, Naya. Look at the excitement for graduation. Naya says after the ceremony, there is a party where families and friends get together. My cousin graduates from law school this year. She says she deserves the biggest party of the year because school is taking forever, she says. I appreciate you being creative to talk about your family. You come from a very special family, and I love how proud you are of them. HBCUs are very historical and important. College is not for everyone, but some professions require a college degree, and it is necessary for people like you and me. Thank you for showing us how your family's school has formed the girl that you are and the woman you'll be, Mr. Gibson says. My HBCU family, culture kids. And that's the end of our segment on Blossoming Word. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading of My HBCU Family. For more Culture Kids books, check out hartfordbooks.com. Remember, keep reading and keep growing those brains.